And you know, project by project by project, we took our time. You know, we really went through a lot of thought processes, but then when it all started coming together, it just started taking on, you know, the spirit took over and just, and I'll show you a little something. I want you to take a mind picture. Come here. And I'm really going to tie this together for you in a way that you can never imagine. I want you to look at the house. And I want you to see the view. You've got the gray around the windows. You've got the beautiful, the off-white color. All right. You got gray. You got white. You've got black and red curving on the walkway. You have a beautiful, one big beautiful tree, and this is our sycamore. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Gosh, who knows? 50, 70, 100 years old. This tree's gorgeous. And then you have this little, well, it's HG, like I said, this is HG's weekend home. But you have this little prop right here. And kind of take just you got your little porch, just take a mental shot in your mind of the house. And then inside, I'm going to show you a picture. And I'm going to tie it all together. And it's going to blow you away. You know, the power of three, I believe in very much, is the power of three. And there are three signs that helped MJ and I to realize that this was the place that we were destined to be. And this is one of them, right here. If you look close. And when we got here, all of this, you couldn't see, there was dirt. So we had to dig down. We didn't even know we had a walkway. There was 5 years of earth. Now, when you throw the hose on it, you see that little paw print? Mm-hmm. And then there's a big paw print. So there's a big and a little paw print. Well, we had a dog, Spartacus, and we had a cat, Leo. And they passed down in South Florida. And, you know, their spirit's right there. And when I was digging down, and it was amazing, I'm digging down one day, and I was just so happy to be here, all this good work to do. And I'm digging down, and I'm digging down. I said, boy, I wish Sparty and Leo was here. And I don't know, a few minutes later, not exactly at the moment, I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm digging, and I said, wait a minute, I got the hose, I sprayed it down, and there was a big paw print and a little paw print right here. And I told MJ in that moment, I said, oh my goodness, I said, that's a sign that Sparty and Leo are here. And that was the one sign. Now that little story I told you about with the taking a mental picture of the house, you want me to, come on, I'm going to show you a sign for the ages.
You have to explain it to why it's buried off.
Yeah, hold my cigar, honey. Come here. These are the three signs. I explained to you one of the signs. We hung these three candles for the three signs that led us to understand this, that our spirit has always been here. We were meant to find this home, and it was meant to find us. Now, honey, you want to go ahead and share your story?
Well, this particular picture is called rag art, and it was done by my dad's cousin, who did this probably in 1890s.
1890s.
And it was in my dad's family, and we kept it, and I love this picture forever, so I dragged it around with me and had it framed because it was just a burlap on an old piece of wood. And we had it in Florida, South Florida, but we couldn't put it up because the cats kept scratching on it, so we didn't put it up. And when we got up here and Scott hung it, he realized that that little house had a lot of characteristics of what this house looked like before we made all the changes. And
that little house is
this.
The LOH.
In that much.
Look at that sycamore tree. Look at HG's little house right there in the yard. Look at the colors of the black. Remember I told you, check out the colors of the walkway? Look at the porch. Look at the color. Stand back and look. It's amazing. But that was sign number 1. The pause out on the walkway was sign number 2. Now this is gonna blow everybody from Brooklyn away, okay? I'm a Canarsie boy, okay? Back in the day, on my block, I don't know, I was probably 7 years old, but I was kick ass at stoop ball. A lot of people don't even know what stoop ball is probably in most places. But you throw the rock hard rubber ball against the stoop, you catch it, and it's 2 points. If it bounces once, it's 1 point. Anyway, that's the way I played it. And I was the champ on my block. And I used to have a number.
Street racquetball.
Yeah, and I used to have, this was pre-racquetball days. And I used to have a number 3 stoop ball. Number 3. We're sitting there, and before we moved in, there was nothing but rotten wood deck outside, and you know, I had a crowbar that sucker out of here, and we put it in the dumpster and all that stuff. And in front of the door outside, all there was, and MJ remembers all my stories, and I told her I used to be the stoop ball king. So underneath the rotten wood deck outside of our back door there was a little stoop. Like a little Charlie Brown stoop. And I remember sitting there on the stoop like this. And I couldn't move, I was so tired. And MJ walks in the house and she pats me on the shoulder. She says, well, at least you got your stoop, Scotty boy, right? I stick my hand down. There was nothing but, like I said, this place was left for dead for 5 years. So you had earth from fall. I mean, you know, these trees fall. It's a lot of mulch. And it was probably this thick. So I sat there, and as MJ walked inside, she says, at least you got your stoop. I swear it is. You can't make this stuff up. So I said, yeah, now all I need is my stoop ball, right, honey? I stick my hand down, and I'm digging to see how deep it is. What do you think I find? This is the 3rd sign. A number 3 stoop ball. Take a look at that, folks. You can't make this stuff up. My hairs are standing. Look at that. My hairs are standing. And that was the 3rd sign. The number 3 stoop ball. And I put this in the 3rd candle. You know, this is, I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? I mean, this is, I got my stoop ball. I mean, it's just, I don't know, you know, and it's funny. I told MJ, I said, you know, when we realized we found, or it found us, and I said, you know, honey, it's one thing to find your dream home, you know, I said, but it's all about having people to share it with and good friends, you know what I mean? It's one thing to find a home, find any place today that you can actually feel that feeling and call home, and we are so blessed. You know, we've made such great friends out in Leesburg and Lake County, and you know, everybody comes for our eggs, and you know, we have a good time, and it's just a blessed situation. You know, what can I say?
I love you
I'm
guys.
feeling humbled.
I love you guys.
I love you
We love you too. You know, it's all good.